say, week eight. I after week eight, my win loss ratio is pretty good. I'm almost 30 over. So yeah, last week Bills got away with the win because if Chris Godwin actually looks up for that Hail Mary, the Buccaneers win that game. Cowboys absolutely demolished the Rams, and Stafford is out day to day for injury to his hand. Titans, I was not expecting Will Levis to come in and throw 4 touchdowns, 3 to DeAndre Hopkins, but I knew the Falcons wouldn't do it because Ritter, as we've seen, is not that good to the point where he is not the starting quarterback. He got benched because I think they said he had a concussion for Tyler Heineke. Heineke almost brought it back for him, but Ritter's damage was too much. Dolphins did their thing against the Patriots. This is actually a good stretch. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Dolphins did their thing against the Patriots. 5. The Vikings did the thing against the Packers, although by Kirk Cousins for the season. Hate to see it because he was having a good season. Just the Vikings were missing a couple games, but they're 500 now, and now he's gone for the season. That sucks. The Colts and the Saints, they were going back and forth, and then the Saints gained distance to the point where the Colts couldn't catch up. Oh well. The Jets and the Giants, this game was crazy. Crazy bad offensively. Tyrod Taylor must be born under a bad star because he just gets injured in the worst possible way, man. I thought he could do it for the Giants, but you got some Tommy DeVito, whatever his name is, in there, and they Giants finished with -9 passing yards. I don't know how you even do that. But I think the Jets got away with one because when they kicked that game time field goal, I don't think a ref set the ball for them to do it. So yeah, at that point it was it's over now. Jags did their thing against the Steelers, although they did let the Steelers stick around for far too long than I like. Kenny Pickett went out in the second half, and Mitch Trubisky came in. So no fourth quarter magic from Pickett, because you know full well if he was there, they would have came back and probably won the game. Although I will say that he missed Deontay Johnson for an easy touchdown, but he threw it behind him. Yeah, Deontay Johnson slipped, but I mean, if you're going one way and you're in one spot and the ball's behind you, reach back while you're in motion, yeah, you're going to go back. You're going to fall. But, they blamed Deontay Johnson for that instead of Pickett. Even though in the Titans game, there was a bad snap to Malik Willis, and they blamed Malik Willis for the snap. Yeah. Eagles got away with another one against the Commanders. Man, I don't know what it is with the Commanders and the Eagles, because Commanders seem to always play far better against them, to the point where the Eagles have to actually be better than what they normally are. And if this was the Eagles from, I think, a couple weeks ago, I forgot who they played. Man, dang, the Commanders almost got that one. It would have been good too, because them being 4-4, it would have helped them out in a wild card standing. Sam Howell looked amazing, and it just sucks that when it came down to the end of the game, that was when they fell apart. AJ Brown's a beast, though. Dang, that's all I can say. Texans and the Panthers. Congratulations to the Panthers for getting their first win. I just didn't think it would be the Texans. I thought it'd been someone else further down the line. But they got their first win, and it was a good game. Stroud versus Young, and it sucks that they won't see each other that much. The Seahawks came back and beat the Browns. It was, yeah. Browns got that. I think I saw somewhere the Browns were mad that DK Metcalf held on that game-winning touchdown, but it was like, nah, that was a good block. Don't ask for penalties because you know what y'all did. The Chiefs had so many streaks snapped in this loss to the Broncos. Mahomes had the flu apparently, so that's why people are excusing the loss. And it's like, if he had the flu, he shouldn't have played. If he had the flu, he shouldn't have played. 5 turnovers for the Chiefs. Broncos did their thing, and congrats to them on that. Nothing can last forever. The Ravens beat the Cardinals, however, it wasn't in the same manner that they did against the Lions. The passing attack, which is what I think they focused on far too long in the first half, was not working. But once they started running the ball, the Cardinals couldn't stop it. I think Lamar focused on OBJ far too much instead of Bateman, who saved Lamar from a interception early in the first, like I think on the first drive. But yeah, that field was crazy to the point where it's like, yeah, let's just run the ball. The running game was working on both sides of the for both teams. I mean, so defense for the Ravens stepped up. Although I did not like the fact that I hate it for Nelson Aguilar because a lot of people are saying like if because he dropped the onside kick, and it's like you can't drop what you don't catch. The ball bounced. He didn't attack the ball. It bounced, went through his hands. Then the Cardinals got the ball. He redeemed himself on the second onside kick, but you hate to see it for him because of the narrative that's attached to him. The Bengals, of course, beat the 49ers because Brock Purdy, he's on a decline. I'm glad I was part of the 24% that picked the Bengals. I knew they were going to win because whenever I want a team to beat the Bengals that is an actual good team, for some odd reason they wanted to play like trash. And I was right. Brock Purdy threw 2 interceptions. And the first one, when they were in the red zone, when it got tipped by the defensive lineman, if he just puts the ball over him, he gets it to the receiver, and that's a touchdown. But he threw it as a line drive, and it's like, what are you doing? I don't know. I think he needs to stop throwing the ball on the run and focus more on staying around in the pocket. Or if he's going to run, take off. I thought the Bears could do something, but I bought into the hype. But the Chargers did their thing. Although the receiver did slip and fall, dropped one. People are saying, "Oh, the pass was underthrown." He was open. If he could have just kept his feet. The Lions bounced back and beat the Raiders. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's just the Raiders," but the Lions needed this win going into their bye week. And oh, hey, I got the right points correct. Nice. So now we go into week 9. Oh man, we're halfway there. Tonight we had the Titans and the Steelers. Pickett says he want to play, but if he's hurt, yeah, I'm picking the Titans. If Will Levis can repeat his performance, because he's playing with a hot hand, the Steelers, I mean, their offense is not screaming that they'll do anything. The defense has to do everything. But that can only last for so long. It's not sustainable. I got the Titans on this one. Germany early Sunday matchup. Chiefs haven't been looking right for a while. Dolphins look like they're regrouping. So I got the Dolphins on this. Tyreek Hill has 1,000 yards in 8 games. And there's still 9 games to go. 10 games to go. He can get that 2,000. The Vikings lost Kirk Cousins. But they got from Arizona, Joshua Dobbs. Didn't play that well against the Ravens, and he's a new offense. If he's a starter, wow. But the Falcons got Taylor Heinicke, who is far better than Desmond Ridder. This is gonna be a either or game. I want to give the edge to Taylor Heinicke, so I'll pick the Falcons. The Browns and the Cardinals. As much as I would love to see the Cardinals beat the Browns, who's their quarterback? Even if Kyler Murray comes back, do you really want him to go up against the Browns? It was you couldn't do it against the Ravens. It was smart for them not to do it against the Ravens, but now it's the Browns. Yeah, that defense will eat that quarterback alive. Let's just pick the Browns, move on. The Rams don't have Stafford. But the Packers offense has not looked any good since the start of the season. So even though Stafford is out, I still got the Rams winning this game. The Commanders versus the Patriots. Tough loss against the Eagles. I really wanted that for them so they can be 4-4. But they're going against the Patriots. Mac Jones, he didn't look that good, I think, towards the middle and the end of that game, and especially when he threw that pick to Jalen Ramsey. Welcome back to him, by the way. I'm going to look forward to seeing him pick off Mahomes in Germany. I got the Commanders winning this game. If they can play like they did and keep Howell protected like they did, minus that one sack in the fourth quarter, the Commanders can do it. The Commanders can totally do it. Even though they did trade away Chase Young and Montez Sweat, I gotta say that they're gonna want a redemption win on this one. So yeah, I got the Commanders. The Bears and I got the Saints. The Bears, Justin Fields, I don't know if he's good to go, and I bought into that hype. There's no way. There's no way. The Saints look like they got back on track. So I got the Saints on this. The Seahawks come to Baltimore, and Geno Stone, he's not Stone, Smith. I can always do that. The thing about the Seahawks is they have red zone issues. Baltimore's defense stops people from scoring in the red zone. You see where I'm going with this. And I know people are like concerned about the Ravens offense. It's like they're not consistent enough. But the thing I liked about the Ravens for the past two games, against the Lions, that passing attack couldn't be stopped. They couldn't run the ball, but they could pass the ball. Against the Cardinals, they couldn't pass the ball, but they could run the ball. Now it's like, if you're a defensive coordinator for the Seahawks, how do you go into this game and what do you focus on? Because if you try to stop the run, then you get diced up in the air. But if you try to stop the pass, then you get diced up on the ground. So it's like, what do you do? And then you got the defense on top of that. Ravens. The Buccaneers and the Texans. The Buccaneers look good. Yes, there was a couple missed opportunities, but they look good. The Texans, they're going to do their thing as well. This could also be an either-or game, but I got the Buccaneers on this. It could go either way. I wouldn't be upset. Then we got the Colts and the Panthers. Panthers, congrats on your first win. You're not getting it this one. The Colts, Gardner Minshew, he's stepping up in the absence of Anthony Richardson. If the Panthers pull off this, it's an upset win. But I got the Colts. Then, what is this bullshit? I don't know who to pick on this one. The Raiders fired their coach, their GM, and their offensive coordinator, and the interim coach is looking to come in. That's a narrative spark. Raiders get this game. They're gonna get Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers involved more. So let's just go with them. Then we got what should be a primetime game, the Cowboys and the Eagles. The Cowboys look to be... If the Eagles play like they did against the Commanders... But A.J. Brown is a beast. This is also an either-or game. But then you got the news that, Jalen Hurts is dealing with his an injury to his knee. But A.J. Brown is a beast. But that defense for the Cowboys is pretty good. I'm going to give the edge to the Cowboys. It should be fun. Then we got the Sunday night game with the Bills and the Bengals. It's going to be the Bengals. Last time these two teams met, the second to last time these two teams met, there was a whole medical scare with Hamlin, and a lot of people are saying he should not play. He'll probably will, but the way the Bills have been playing, they're the biggest question mark in the AFC power house, and the Bengals look to be bouncing back. The defense for the Bills is injured too, even though they did trade for a new corner, which was probably smart. Rasul Douglas will probably cover Jamar Chase, but I got the Bengals on this. I'm not gonna hope for the Bills to beat them. Then we got the Chargers and the Jets. Now this is gonna be an interesting game for Monday night. However, if it was Aaron Rodgers versus Justin Herbert, it'd be one thing. Zach Wilson, he's trying, but sometimes it's not enough. But that secondary for the Jets, if they can do something, that'd be nice. But I'm gonna get the Chargers the win on this. So let's say we'll get to like 48 points. So those are my picks. I'm sitting at a nice 75-47. And I'm locked in.